Good, buddy, and thank you very much for joining us today. I'm Joel Simmons, the president of Earthworks Natural Organic Products. As you can see, we have been doing what we do now since 1988, and we're one of the still standing organic fertilizer companies. What we want to talk about today is programs for aerification. As we like to talk about fertility in Earthworks, we always follow a complete fertility strategy, which means not just nitrogen, not just NPK, but a whole host of things that allow the soil to work well as the plant. And most importantly, and this is very true in the aerification program, we want to talk about the concepts of carbon-based fertility, because what we're trying to accomplish is not just providing the plant soluble nutrients, but we want to provide the soil a balance of carbon to nitrogen. This is imperative in allowing the soil to function the way it's supposed to function. Put together over the last number of years a program that is in fact carbon-based fertility, utilizing a number of the Earthworks products. Obviously, when aerification holes are open, it's the best time to get amendments into the ground. One of our strongest programs is our Renovate Plus and Ecolite program, which we'll talk about here this morning, is getting products that are mineral-rich into the foundation of the soil. The products that we use most, Renovate Plus, 545, even 1025, and certainly Ecolite, these are, again, all products that we want to utilize when we have aerification holes, because these products are soil-based. They're carbon-based, soil-based programs. So not only are we going to allow the plant to gain the needed nutrients that they want, but also going to help the soil to open up physically, and we're going to stimulate the soil biologically. So we like to talk about soils are managed from a biological, a physical, and then certainly a chemical standpoint. Having products that we can incorporate into the foundation, we can start to make real changes that are sustainable and long-lasting. Our core program is a product we call Renovate Plus. And Renovate Plus is a combination of 50% Ecolite, which is a zeolite mineral, which has a great affinity for potassium and ammonium. It also has a great ability to hold water, and it has a good ability to let go of that water. It also has one of the highest CECs on the market, and I'll talk about Ecolite here in a moment. We've taken Ecolite and added to it a host of carbon products as well as mineral products. And the genesis of Renovate Plus was when, in the days when we were building construction amendments for new construction of athletic fields and golf course greens. Many of these fields were being built out of straight sand, and superintendents were coming to us and saying, you know, we want to have straight sand. Can you help us build something that give us a level of sustainability? Sat down and said, okay, well, what does the soilless medium not have that a soil does have? One thing that it has certainly is a holding capacity, a CEC. So we incorporated the zeolite mineral, Ecolite, to build a CEC, the strongest CEC of all physical amendments in the marketplace. Soil also has an organic matrix. So what we did there was built a pyramid of short chain, medium chain, and long chain carbons using things like kelp meal as our short chain carbon. Very digestible raw material that microorganisms can utilize very quickly to get activity, to start digesting down other carbon sources. And in this product is also a very rich, very well composted raw material of a host of various carbon sources, so a very rich host. And then lastly, we've added humic acids, a long chain carbon source. So we've a long chain, a medium chain, and a short chain carbon source in our carbon matrix. Most importantly, in all the Earthworks products is rock minerals. We're using things like rock phosphate, green sand, which is potassium silica, sulfomag, calcium minerals. All of these minerals are not real soluble to the plant, but extremely sustainable in the soil profile, so that when the plant does call out for nutrients, there's a foundation there. I mean that we're growing cover crops constantly, and we're constantly demineralizing the foundation of the soil. So having a product like Renovate Plus in aerification holes is going to allow us to get great recovery. It's a wonderful sod product, under sod. It's great for divot mixes. In athletic fields, it's been very successful and in the goal house for dead spots, mounds, dry areas. And one thing we found recently in research done at Penn State University is that this product has done very well in showing reduction in fairy ring problems. So Renovate Plus, which is not the prettiest product you've ever seen, it's not prilled, but it's very effective, especially in an aerification program. We also tend to use other normal replenish products. Our standard product, which is our flagship, is our 545. 5 is now more fertility than Renovate Plus is. So in combination with Renovate Plus, perhaps as a final application over top of the aerification, over top of the sand top dressing, over top of the Renovate, a little 545, or perhaps even our 1025, which is an ammonium sulfate-based replenish product. One of these two products allows for a quicker recovery of those aerification holes. You've got a foundation in the hole with Renovate. You've got a nice fertility, carbon-based fertility approach over top the aerification to give you a real punch and to give you a quick recovery of aerification holes. Here's compost that we're using. You can see it's a very dark, rich, composted raw material in the Renovate Plus. And this is one of the foundations that not only allows us to flocculate the soil, but it also allows for great stimulation microbially of that soil foundation. So again, the backbone of Renovate Plus. And Ecolite, 50% of Renovate Plus, but it's also a nice standalone physical amendment. It has the highest CEC of all physical amendments. There are also diatomaceous earth products and calcined clays out there, but they have CECs that are about a third of what Ecolite is. So Ecolite stands alone in the level of holding capacity and nutrients in that soil amendment. It holds lots of water in that soil, but it lets go of it better than calcined clays or diatomaceous earth. It has a wonderful ability to create porosity in the soil, about equal to the other two physical amendments on the market. But they end, Ecolite continues. It continues to work because it has a great affinity for potassium and ammonium nitrate. When we look at soil tests and we see potassium deficiencies, we typically will talk about using Ecolite to build that foundation of potassium, to build a reservoir. So when we're applying soluble forms of potassium, they don't just simply leach out. The potassium stays in that soil profile where we want it and then can be utilized by the plant because it will be released through that soil profile. So when we have aerification holes open, Renovate Plus and Ecolite are two of our strongest programs. Really, we've introduced a new product called MycoReplenish, which we'll be introducing at this year's GIS show in Las Vegas. Please stop by our booth there. And we've got a new endo-ecto mycorrhizae product that's allowing us to add a little bit of microbial activity to that soil directly. But in terms of aerification, that's the time you want to get materials into the holes. Don't waste your time with soluble materials like gypsum or sulfomag. Use time to put in minerals and carbon-based materials, and that's how we create sustainability and recoverability. Thank you very much for joining me today. I appreciate your time, and please come and visit us at soilfirst.com on the web. Thank you.